the smaller of the conversations here because I'm ready for topic number 3. This is going to be fun, guys. So topic number 3 is guess that score. I should do it more like in a talk show host, like guess that score. Yes, give him the beat, Seth. So in a fun little thing, you know, I was thinking about topics for the show this week, and of course the Xbox thing was going to be a big one. But in an effort, Seth and I have talked about, like, you know, adding some more fun to the show and doing some cool evergreen topics here. This is what I thought about. So what I've got, Seth, is I've got a list of games. I've got a little over 10, but I'm gonna pick 10 games from this list, and they're games that are coming out through like this sometime in the spring and summer up until the fall time frame. Okay, I'm going to tell you the game, and we're going to have Seth guess what he thinks that Metacritic score is going to be on for that game. Now, I'm going to help you out, Seth. Here are some of the rules here. You don't have to pick an exact score. This isn't an exact science. If you want to be bold and pick an exact score, you're more than welcome to. But the answers you have are, A, it's going to be 90 or above. B is 80 or above. C is 70 or above. D is 60 or above. And F is anything below 60.
I think that's too generous. I'm going to say I need to stick within ranges. So if I do choose to be broad about it, I'm going to say it's going to be between 70 and 79. That will be my broad option. Okay. I'm expecting to give you some specifics though, Cameron. I'm going to give you that.
Wow.
I have a question. Can I reference, if it's a sequel, can I reference other games in the series via Metacritic, or do I need to just go cold?
Nope, you're gonna go cold. I will reference. You know what? Let's do this. I will give you. So we have 10 games. I will give you 3 references. Basically,
lifelines.
You have 3 lifelines. You can use them, and I will give you the other scores in Metacritic if it is part of a genre or a trilogy or anything like that, or if you want something in that like a game that's similar to it, I will look that up for you as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think having a limited number of those is a perfect application for this. So,
I've got a list of games here that you probably know, and maybe some of you may have forgotten. I also encourage everybody on who's watching via Twitch, if you want to jump in and make some guesses of your own, please shout them out in chat, and I'll read them out for you as well. Are you ready?
My body is ready.
Your body is ready. Okay,
it's an older meme, sir, but it checks out.
Let me pull up the first game here. The first game I'm going to let me make sure I'm getting my sides here ready to go. Nope. Come here. Hold on. Let me pull this up here.
I'm not aware. Who's publishing? Nope. Come here.
The game's it's exclusive to Nintendo.
Is that 2K? Is that 2K?
It's 2K. First game that I'm gonna bring up on this list here, ready to rock and roll, is.
There's a visual aid.
Oh yes, visual aid as well. This game it's Biomutant. This game is from developers Experiment 101. It's published by THQ Nordic. Currently has a release date of May 25th, 2021. I didn't tell you, but all the games that I've chosen have definitive release dates, not even ranges. What is your score?
This is going to be a 73.
73? Okay, why? Yep. You have to give the reasons why.
All right, so the thing about Metacritic is it's video game critics, right? So they're pretty easy. The same shit makes them excited. That's made them excited for years. So this game looks good. Like the visual fidelity looks really good. So it's automatically going to get like a pretty decent score. You really have to mess up a game to get a low score when it looks really good. Visual fidelity still carries way more credit on scores than a lot of other things do. It's getting better, but that's still the case. When I think about this game, the games that really transcend a 9 are games that are usually either like groundbreaking in their design or follow-ups to other games that got 9s, right? So your Red Dead 2s, your Breath of the Wilds, those are the games that tend to break that 9 barrier. So immediately if your game looks good and isn't like groundbreaking, you're immediately between a 70 and an 89 in my mind, right? And again, I am seeing some highly controversial things. It's probably some people at home are ready to just like come at me. But the reason I went with 73 is this is a game that looks like it's going to have a hard time sticking to a lot of people. Similar to the way that like Battleborn did. Like Battleborn looked really good and you could tell the people that made it really loved what they were making. But the look of it did not really stick with people in a way that they remembered. So I'm looking at like these they're these furry little animal creatures, but they're not mega cute. Like most of these actually are not, like they're the opposite of cute. So you've immediately like dismissed your whole like we love cute things audience. So there goes your Animal Crossing free 15 points on Metacritic for being cute.
Okay.
And when I look at the gameplay here, it's a third like a I don't even know, like
third person
like
adventure, action adventure stylish game,
action adventure style thing. And this is just, I don't think this game is bad, but this game looks like it's going to show up, it's going to be there, and then it's going to disappear. A game that I would kind of say is similar to this is not similar to this in like gameplay or style, but like Metacritic wise, is going to be something like Days Gone, where it comes out, there's going to be a lot of people that say it's the best thing ever, then not a lot of people are going to play it, and it's going to get dismissed pretty quickly. So 73 is where I'm going with this one.
Okay.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. 73. Gotcha on that one. Okay. Let's jump over to, what's the other game that I have? There it is.
And you're keeping track of these, right?
I am
so you
keeping
can come back and rub it in my
track
face when I'm wrong.
Yes, I am.
Number
Number 2.
I can rub it in your face when I'm right.
Outriders. Game
Outriders.
here. Let me give you some information and for everybody at home. Outriders is the game from developers People Can Fly. Square Enix is the publisher. Arriving on April 1st, 2021. Seth, guess that score.
70.
70. Whoa,
70.
lower than Biomutant. Okay.
Oh, no. Biomutant was 73.
Yes. Lower than Biomutant.
Lower. Yes. Lower than Biomutant.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Why? Tell us. Give us. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
This one's a little bit of a cheat. I've played this game. Because I played the demo, right?
It has the demo. Yeah.
We both played this. The game isn't really tight on the gameplay front. The cover mechanics are a little weird. The cover mechanics are also totally optional on certain classes that you play. I feel like this is the definition of a 70 on Metacritic. It's like, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look great. It doesn't play bad, but it doesn't play great. Like, it's true. It's just like true.
The true average,
the true average. Like, it's not mediocre. It's almost mediocre, but it's not. It is just an average video game. It's interestingly enough, and honestly, Cameron, the most exciting thing this game could do is launch in Game Pass. If the recent rumors from their teases on I know you haven't been on Twitter, but there's been a Melissa McGame Pass email, which if you're a Xbox Game Pass follower, you know that Microsoft loves to publish these like screenshots of an internal email that's always a joke about something. And in this one, there's references to an anomaly, and I can't remember. There was one other thing that basically was like, oh my God, this sounds a lot like Outriders. So this would be, in my opinion, Cameron, the perfect Xbox Game Pass game. When I think about where this sits with other games, the other game that comes to mind is Crackdown 3. It's not a bad game, not a good game, just a game. It came out. I think it probably got close to 70, but 70 is what I'm going with on that particular game.
Okay. Outriders with a 70. Very interesting. I would probably personally rate it a little bit higher, but not too far off to what you're saying there. I think it's... the thing that and remember this, everything I say coat with this layer of cynicism. This is Metacritic, all right? This is video game critics. These are people that don't make video games.
They're journalists. Their main thing that they care about is I'm going to be super controversial. Their main thing that they care about is like getting access to these things early so that they can share opinions and get conversations going in the comments.
Ooh, man.
So,
salty. Oh my goodness.
Said, there's a formula for getting a high Metacritic score, right? Like there's games that break that mold for sure, right? There are definitely games that break that mold, but if your game looks good, you're going to be at least a 70. If your game plays good, you're going to be at least an 80. And if your game is really fucking good and everybody's talking about it and everybody's playing it, you have a chance to be a 90. Or if you're a sequel to a game that was a 90 and you're able to like capture that quality again, it's sorry, I'm just really cynical, I guess, but like it's not hard to guess this stuff, at least in a range. But
let's see. I'm curious to know how you're gonna do with this one. Next game up on the list is MLB The Show 21. This is from the developers over at San Diego Studio, being published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, arriving for release on April 20th, 2021. I wanted to add this on here as well because this is going to be the first year that this series shows up on the Microsoft Xbox platforms, along with PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Seth, guess that score.
I'm going to guess this one at an 86.
86. Okay.
I almost wanted to invoke my lifeline to see what the last one got, and then just bump that score up by 3 because of cross-platform. However, I'm just going to go ahead and go with an 86 because this game's going to look great, it's going to play great, and it's going to get brownie points for being the first one to come, like cross-console, multi-console. But it's also a game with a number greater than 5 in its title, so it's one of many. And that means that it's going to be pretty much the same stuff, especially in sports. It's just really going to update the names of the players and specific stat sliders. So it's going to be pretty close to what it got last year, but I'm putting it in that mid 80s because I do think it's going to get some journalism points for being cross-platform.
I'm actually, I'll definitely say, I'm really excited for this game in a weird way because I've kind of been playing Madden a lot lately, and so really getting into these sports games, and I want to try it out because I actually do have MLB The Show 20, which they gave away as a free PS Plus game, I think last month or the month before. So I definitely want to try that out and see how it's going to be. But no, definitely, I think this will do well. I have not seen a bad game from that series just yet.
And I know a lot of people have wanted that series to break out for a while because it is the MLB license. It's been locked for a really long time. And this is one of those, you want to talk about Bethesda, the game should be on multiple platforms to make the platform holder happy. This is one of those games. MLB wants to sell as many copies as possible. So of course, they're going to ask for it to be on more than one console.
Next game up on the list here.
Bring it up.
Is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This is from the developers over at BioWare, being published by Electronic Arts, having a current release date of May 14th, 2021. Seth, guess that score.
89.
89, okay.
89.
Very high on this game.
Yes, I think that the work they're doing on Mass Effect 1 is going to help propel it upward. I think Mass Effect 1 is going to be surprising to a lot of people, the amount of work they did to make that look better. The whole trilogy in and of itself is fantastic. Obviously, the ending of 3 is this weird looming ism that's going to kind of be...
I like the end. I liked 3. Don't at me. I liked it.
Yeah,
whatever.
And we're not here to talk about the end of Mass Effect 3. What is this, 2013? But actually, I think it was before that. But the fact of the matter is, these are 3 of the best sci-fi RPGs ever made. These are 3 of the best games from that generation, period. And not only are they the games, they are the DLC packets. They are if you remember back in this was the era of get the Mountain Dew to get the exclusive code for the exclusive skin. So all those skins that have been locked behind stupid promotions are now going to be available to use. Obviously, the new ending will be in there by default. You're not going to have to download that months later. And so when I think about this is what fans have been asking for. this is going to be something that I think is the first step for BioWare to get back into the good graces of gamers around the world. And I think it's going to be an 89, a solid 89.
Solid 89. Okay. Good score. I like it. I like it.
I really should have taken your it's going to be a 90 or above, but that's just so boring.
It's fine.
I'm hitting you with specifics.
I love it. Next up, let me get settled here. Got that one. Click that up. There we go. Next up on our list is Back for Blood. This is from the developers Turtle Rock Studios, published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. This game is slated for a June 22nd, 2021 release. Seth, guess that score.
I'm going to put this at an 82.
82. Okay.
82.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a really fun romp through that classic Left 4 Dead formula. I think it's going to look great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they are going to, this is Turtle Rock. Wait, yeah, this is Turtle Rock.
This is from Turtle Rock, yes.
Yeah, this is from Turtle Rock. So these are the people that literally made Left 4 Dead. That adaptive difficulty engine honestly made that game infinitely replayable. You never had the same playthrough twice. I think they're going to take that. They're going to sprinkle in some of the RPG mechanics that made Vermintide really stand out as being awesome. The thing that I think is going to go against this game in a lot of ways is that it's been over 10 years since we got Left 4 Dead 2, and I don't know if that formula really sticks as well as it did back then.
Okay.
But I do think this game is going to be really, really great looking, and I think it's going to be a fun game to play. But I don't think it is going to be like Left 4 Dead was, where it's like breaking new ground, right? I think it's going to be iterative of that Left 4 Dead 2 experience. I mean, even here you can see that character that's on screen looks exactly like the tank from Left 4 Dead. So I think
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, for sure. I also bear in mind Dark Tide is coming this year, which is going to be from the Vermintide folks, but in the Warhammer 40K universe. I'm super excited for that. Also, Alien, Fire Team or Fire Squad was just announced as well, which is kind of a third-person horde-based, survival shooter kind of thing. Kind of reminds me a little bit of World War Z. So there's a lot of competition in the co-op zombie shooter space this year. So, but 82, I think that's a solid 82.
Solid 82. Okay. Good number. I like that. I like this. All right, we got one. We're halfway through. That was 5.
I don't even listen to what lifelines. I don't even know. I probably should have used one for MLB, but I'm doing what I want.
Do what you want. Do what feels right, Seth. Do what feels right. Let's jump over to the next game here. Next game in the list is Mario Golf Super Rush. This is from the developers over at Camelot Software Planning, published, of course, by Nintendo, with a release date currently of June 25th, 2021. Seth, name that score. Guess that score.
So this is a Nintendo game, so it starts at 80. They could ship you a blank Switch cartridge and it gets an 80 for the cartridge artwork. This is going to be an 87. I think that when you think about Mario Golf, this is probably going to be one of the best Mario Golfs that's come out, just because Mario Golf doesn't really have a ton of entries. If I were to guess, it'd probably say anywhere from between 4 and 6 entries into the whole series. Being the first one on Switch gets you a +5 modifier to your score. And then you add in the fact that, yes, this is a fun to play little Mario Golf game. It is going to have some fun components for like friends to play together. I saw one mode that was kind of like everybody, basically like a real-time free-for-all golf that you can kind of see in the video here, where everybody's running around and bumping into each other, and it's like not who can get it in the fewest shots, but who can get it first, right?
The
speed golf, they're calling it. So this will be pretty goofy and pretty fun. But yeah, I think this will be an 87.
87. Okay. Interesting pick. All right, let me get set up here. What's the next one?
This is the most ridiculous segment we've done this year.
It's most fun. I'm loving it.
It's one of those things where I'm either riding high on the motorcycle, like hair blowing in the hair I don't have blowing in the wind, like really just bat out of hell meatloaf mode, or I'm in the ICU in a coma imagining that because I've crashed so hard.
All right.
One of the two.
Let's see what you think about this one here. Next game up on the list is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh, it's a PlayStation Studio, so it's going to be... No, I'm just kidding. Almost said something real spicy there, didn't I?
You almost did. This is from developers Insomniac Games, published, of course, by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Has a current release date of June 11th, 2021. Seth, guess that score.
Sony is the golden boy right now. This is a game that's going to come out to a famished, a absolutely thirsty-ass audience. This baby's going to rock in at a solid 92. It's going to look great. It's going to play great.
First 90.
It's going to do all the little trigger things, the DualSense things that people want. And it's the first PlayStation 5 game to come out since the first launch wave of games. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the first big one that comes out. And so there is a thirst. I'm using that word very specifically, a thirst for these kinds of games early on in the generation. And I think that's going to help bust it up to a 92. Insomniac, really good at what they do. Again, PlayStation acquired them for a reason, just like Microsoft acquired Bethesda for a reason.
Sure did.
They want these kinds of games in-house. They don't want to worry about Microsoft paying money to get another great game out of Insomniac when they could own the whole pot. So 92, rock it out.
This is completely off topic, but I'm curious while this B-roll's running. How would you feel if Insomniac gets enough people for a second team and announces a Sunset Overdrive sequel for PlayStation only?
Hey, now you have to understand this, Cameron. We joke all the time about oh, he's the Xbox guy, oh, he's the Sony guy, but let's not don't forget that I have a PlayStation 5. I bought a PlayStation 5 before I bought an Xbox Series X. I currently have 4 platinum trophies, which is 4 more than I had before the PlayStation 5 came out.
That's true.
So I'm doing my part. Cut to the Starship Troopers. I'm doing my part. So if they announce that, awesome. I will play a very awesome, fun PlayStation exclusive game. I'm going to buy Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, it's only on PlayStation, but I want to hear what all the hubbub's about. So anyways,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they announce a sequel to Sunset Overdrive, first off, yes, I will buy it. I won't pre-order it because don't pre-order games. But second, I will get on this podcast and tell everyone, go play Sunset Overdrive 1, on Game Pass. It's great.
Okay.
But no, I think that IP is owned by Microsoft, I believe.
I think they do own that IP, so they can't.
So they may make on-set Overdrive where everybody ate zombified granola bars and you use the hook shot to get around the city instead of the skateboard. But no, I think that when you acquire Insomniac, I think Insomniac is now the Ratchet and Clank Spider-Man studio, and they like it or not, that's what they make now.
Okay.
So might as well call them Ratchet and Clank Spider-Man.
I don't know what you call them.
Clankin' and Swing Productions. I don't know. That's what they make. That's what they're going to make.
Moving on here. Next game on the list for you, Seth, here is Deathloop. This is from Arcane Studios as a developer, published by Bethesda Softworks, who we just talked about in the show earlier. Game is released currently with a date of May 21st, 2021. Seth, guess that score.
First off, this is going to be one of my favorite games this year. The style that this game has is it reeks of raw style, and I love it. I love Arcane games. Arcane makes really awesome games. Critics tend to love them. They don't tend to sell particularly well, but I think this is a good example of what we would see in 88 look like.
88, okay.
It looks great. I think it's going to play really smoothly. It's going to be very open to interpretation, but since it's a new IP, it's really got to break ground to break 90. It's hard to break 90 as a new IP. Then
I also
on
think
top of that,
adding on that, I think also the similarities, at least in gameplay, to Dishonored, I think is going to help it a lot as well here, since it is from Arcane.
Yeah. Can I? And I've already made my prediction, but I've got to use these lifelines, or I'm going to lose them. Can I see what Dishonored 2 got?
Yeah, Dishonored 2
from Metacritic. Yeah, what did Dishonored 2 get?
Let's see here from Metacritic. Does it matter which platform?
I remember there were issues with it on PC or something at launch. Okay, I've already made my prediction, so tell me all of them.
Okay, so
It's not going to change my prediction. I'm just curious.
For PlayStation 4, the Dishonored 2 was an 88
Okay.
on there. How do I get over to, you know what? Just do Dishonored 2. Save us some time. Dishonored 2. Search for that. PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 4 was an 88. PC was an 86. Xbox One it was an 88 as well. So consoles 88, PC 86. You're
I'll
right.
stick with 88. I think it's going to be just different enough, but it's not a sequel, so that's going to bring it down just a little bit. But
that's a good guess. That's a very good guess. Okay. Next up here, this is going to be funny. Next game up on the list. Let me get that out of the way. There's that one. Is Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139. This is from the developers. I'm actually probably getting the developers wrong. If it's the same, it'll be Cavea as the developers, but it's published by Square Enix. Right now, it's got a release date of April 23rd, 2021. Seth, guess that score.
Okay, I'm using my second lifeline. I want to see what the original Nier got.
The original Nier.
The original Nier.
Okay, the original Nier, not Automata, but the original Nier, which was a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 game, currently on Metacritic, sitting at a 68 for PlayStation 3 and a 67 for Xbox 360.
All right, this will be a wink to the audience. 69.
Ah, nice.
Nice. It's a remake of those games, so it's going to be very hard to get much further than that. That I liked the first game, but I will also tell you the first game was not good. I liked playing it because it was a game that I bought and was like, well, this is the game I play. But in the modern day, like there's so many games that you can choose to play. So I don't think that one's really going to break. But yeah, 69.
Okay, nice. Okay,
nice.
69. All right. I'm actually going to throw you a curveball here. I've got two more for you.
We've already done MLB The Show.
We have already done MLB The Show. Next one up, the penultimate one that I've got is Guilty Gear Strive. It's a fighting game from Arc System Works. They are the developer and the publisher for this game. Currently, Guilty Gear Strive has a release date of June 11th. It just recently got delayed from, I think, like late March to June 11th, 2021. Seth, guess that score.
All right, so this is an example of one of those genres that's interesting on Metacritic. Fighting games are always reviewed by people who like fighting games, so they always score way higher than they probably should for your average gamer, right? But
yes.
Everybody knows that, so nobody looks at a fighting game that gets an 89 and is like, oh, that's got to be a gotta-play game. No, that's just another Street Fighter game. So don't lose your mind over it, right? It's the same thing they've always done, but just did it again. So Guilty Gear, I've heard great things about this. I know a lot of fighting game fans are super into this series. This one looks great. I have heard some criticism about the lobby system. For some reason, Arc System Works has this obsession with like cutesy side-scrolling platforming style lobby systems, which are weird, but they're apparently working on it. However, I think all in all, this game is going to do really, really well and review well amongst fighting game fans. I'm going to put it in at an 85.
85, okay. Comrade Cook in chat says, I think this is the first one you're going to be way off on. LOL.
I think that was on Nier.
Nier. Okay, that was on Nier.
If they are able to channel Nier Automata's like coolness into because remember that game, this new Nier game is a remake of the original.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they swapped out the protagonist with the one that was in the Japanese version because they thought that a young anime boy wouldn't do well in America. So they put in an old anime man. Very stupid. But if they can put some of that Nier Automata stuff in here, it will be really great. But it's not going to fix the fact that story was like vanilla ice cream minus the vanilla. It was basic ass story. as basic as it comes. A lot of what made Nier Automata great was the twists and the turns and the crazy story and uncovering the mystery.
Yeah.
So, we're not talking about that, though. We were talking about this other game.
Guilty Gear Strive. Okay.
Guilty Gear Strive.
Final game here. It's the 11th one, but I want to actually, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this one here.
All right.
Final game on the list is Kina, Bridge of Spirits. This is from Ember Lab. They are the developer and the publisher. This is their first game that they're making ever. And this is going to be releasing on August 24th, 2021. Seth, final time for tonight. Guess that score.
This game, I really hope this game scores above 90. It looks great. It's exactly what people want. They did announce that this game is $39.99, so I think it is going to be a little bit more narrow in scope than like what you'd expect from.
I don't think it's going to be as long as people may be guessing. Yeah.
So I think it's going to look great. I think it's going to play really well. It's going to launch on a PlayStation 5 that is filled with thirsty ass gamers who want as many things that use the DualSense as possible. And I think all of those things combined are going to put it at a solid 89. Actually, nope. 89 is my cold, dead, rational response. I'm going to say it's a 90 because I want to be optimistic about this game.
90. Okay.
A 90.
A 90. Very cool. I'm excited about this game ever since, like, especially Ember Lab. They're known for their animation, which is clearly seen here, even in the combat and fighting. What I want to know is really, I want to see how it's going to feel to play, how the gameplay styles and the motions and whatnot, and the story that it tells, if it hits home. If it can connect on that other stuff aside from the animations, which they're already good at, I think this is going to be a hit. This could potentially also be the next, we talked about a couple of them. I think this could also be the next big exclusive that Sony tries and pushes, especially if it does well.
Now, to be clear, this is also coming to PC on the Epic Game Store. So this is not a PlayStation exclusive game. I think it's a PlayStation console.
It's a console exclusive. Yes, it is console
but
exclusive.
It is on the EGS. So if you wanted to play it on PC, it is available. I think you can actually pre-order it now. But again, don't pre-order games. Don't do it.
I'm curious. I'm really excited about that game. The latest trailer that came out was really awesome.
Oh,
okay.
I'll be playing that for sure. Okay.
Seth, that's it. That's all the ones I'm going to ask you about this time. Maybe I'll save some more for later on in the year. We'll play Guess That Score again if everybody likes it. Hopefully you had fun with it. I figure you did.
I did. Like I said, I'm either bat out of hell, meatloafing down the interstate on my chopper, riding high with the correct numbers, or I am in the ICU absolutely destroyed. And I guessed everything wrong. And in particular, Nier is in this timeline, Nier's in Game of the Year talks for how ahead of its time it was. And
we'll see. Well, giving a quick review for you and for everybody else listening and watching. Sure. You Biomutant, you had a score of 73. Outriders, you have a score of 70. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, you have a score of 89. MLB The Show 21, a score of 86. Back for Blood, score of 82. Mario Golf Super Rush, score of 87. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart 92, which was the highest one on the list. Let me make that point to you guys. Deathloop, you have a score of 88. Nier Replicant, I'm not going to go through those numbers, score of 69. And then Kina, Bridge of Spirits with a score of 90, along with Guilty Gear Strive with a score of 85. Those are the scores you have, Seth. I have them written down.
I look forward to revisiting those.
We're going to judge those when those games come out later on in the year and we get the official numbers here. We're going to see how well you did by the end of the year.
Good. That's fun.
This should be fun there, guys. And guys, that's it. That is all we've got for you guys today here on episode 36 of the Rocket Punch Show. I want to thank everybody for being patient with my absence last week, and thank you guys for hanging out with us this week and listening in and tuning in. Be sure, of course, guys, remember, follow myself at Rocket Punch Go over on Twitter. Follow Seth over at Darth Turner over on Twitter as well. That's where you'll find us if you want to check out any of the comments or witty banter that we have throughout the week when we're not in front of the camera here, guys. And, of course, guys, make sure you head over to RocketPunchGo.com. That is your one-stop shop for all the content I make for you here at Rocket Punch. Got some rebranding adjustments I've got to make. More content's going to be coming your guys' way. I promise I'm working on the YouTube stuff here. I was talking to Seth before the show started that I've got to make some tweaks to my editing rig over here to make it more powerful than ever. So we'll definitely be working on that this week as well, guys. But thank you so much, guys, for your continued support. Stay safe out there. Continue to wash your hands, wear your masks. Good night and good game. We'll catch you next week.